everyone. My name is Anuja. I am from Team Legal Edge. And today I have chosen to talk about a topic that has been bothering a lot of my students. And that's why I decided to come up with some practical tips to cope with CLAT prep anxiety. Yes, students have always been anxious because it is a big deal and they should be concerned about it. But especially in these unprecedented times and unpredictable times, and everything that we have all gone through over the past few months, this year particularly is making a lot of people very anxious. And your mind governs everything. So when you're very anxious about it, you do see physiological effects as well. So I thought maybe I could share a thing or two with you, which can make your preparation a bit easier. Let's get started. So this is, first of all, a very real issue. And if this is the underlying issue, it's going to govern pretty much everything else. So whatever efforts you put, how many hours that you're putting in the CLAT preparation, if you're anxious all the time, if you're not able to be present where you actually are, I don't think it's going to yield much results. So what can we do about it? What can we genuinely do? I think first thing that can be done is cognitive restructuring. I know it's easier said than done, but it's all in your mind, and it is that very powerhouse which governs everything. So, our response towards what we are feeling and what we would like to do about it can define everything. We can begin by making very small changes in our daily schedule, and I think that is going to make a very big difference. You will get to know. If you see negativity around you, you can begin by jotting down three things that you are very grateful for. That could be a start. If you feel very anxious about how my preparation is going and what are my goals, you can set daily targets for yourself. Do not make very long-term plans, but at least try to make a daily target, achievable daily target, something that pushes you, but not too much. That could be a start, right? So think about the changes, the small atomic changes that you can make in your day-to-day life in order to make sure that the entire product looks different. And by a little bit of cognitive restructuring, by saying some positive affirmations to yourself, I am sure all of you will be able to do that. There are a lot of ideas out there. Read about them, research how to condition yourself to positive thinking, and I am sure you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. Of course, you can seek help, go out, talk to people, and when you see that many people are in the same boat with you, it will comfort you in a very strange sort of way. But then you'll realize that these problems are definitely something that we can come out of. So it's just some cognitive restructuring, some little bit of experiment that you need to do, and you'll be out of it. All right. Distract yourself at that point of time. So sometimes we overthink, and this is especially for people who tend to do that quite often. So sometimes we overthink and we magnify the issue. If even if it is not that big, we make it that big just in our heads. Yes, we do that. At that point of time, you need to distract yourself, because with all that overthinking going on, you will not be able to focus on your reading anyway. So, for a brief period of time, for example, we talk about the Pomodoro technique, right? You study for 50 minutes, you take a 10-minute break. Then you again sit for 50 minutes, again you take a 10-minute break, right? So, maybe something like that. You go out for a walk, or you listen to some music, or you make yourself a nice snack, talk to someone. Do not overindulge, but at that point of time, if you distract yourself, I think the worst of it will be gone, and then you can resume. Set small targets. Do not plan really unachievable things. If your ranks and mocks are bothering you, set small targets, achievable targets, and try to put all you have to achieve that. Okay? Tip number three is focus on what you can control. So, students, there are things contrary to what you'd like to believe, but this is the reality. You have the illusion of control. You do not have control over everything. But there are certain things that you can control, and there are certain things that you cannot control. So, let's talk about what is it that you can control. You can control how you think, how you behave, how you study, how much you study, what you choose to do every waking moment of your life, you can control all of that. So do control that. But what you cannot control is how others react, what kind of mock you get, what kind of things happen to you. You cannot control any of that, but you can control your reaction to that. I know this sounds profound at this point of time, but this is the ultimate truth. So, why can't we just focus on what we can control, do our best there, and let go of what we anyway cannot control? So, we'll worry and overthink and waste our time talking to n number of people about it. But ultimately, the bottom line is that you can control what you can control, and you'll have to let go of the other things, right? So let's keep that in mind, that we'll focus on what we can control, so that we'll at least not have any regrets as to as far as my preparation is concerned, right? What's the next point? This difference between process versus outcome. And sadly, a lot of students are just concerned with the outcome. They want to see a certain rank, they want to see a certain set of marks, and that's all they are concerned with. But students, like anything worth achieving, it's a process. It's a slow process on top of that. And the process can be really enjoyable too. We are just thinking of the destination, but the journey can be interesting. Yes, it can be intimidating, but it can be very self-rewarding. Especially if I talk about English preparation, you're reading on a daily basis. What can be better than that? You are learning something new. Every time you read a new article, you find out about a different author, you get to know of a new background. So focus on that process as well, right? We are, of course, goal oriented. We want a certain outcome, and I'm sure we'll get there. But let us not beat ourselves too much and forget that we are in the progress mode, right? So please focus on the process part too, not just be concerned with the outcome part. And finally, this is how you would like to imagine yourself. Please visualize success. Visualize success. Imagine yourself to be there. Imagine yourself calling people and telling them that I've got a great rank, I'm going to so and so college. I really believe in the power of believing, and I'd like you to believe in it too. I feel if you truly want something, you put it down in writing, you are committed to it, you are visualizing yourself achieving it, you are going to put a lot of effort. Because you may be dishonest with others, but you do not want to be dishonest with yourself. So you'll put on efforts. And when you do that, you'll see great results. So visualize yourself, write your goals, maybe an image of the college that you want to go to, how is the alumni base, and there's so much information out there. Again, do not overindulge. We are studying. But every time we feel anxious, you do this and imagine yourself glorious with a cape and everything. I sincerely hope, students, that this small attempt gives you some respite. I know this is nothing professional, but these are the things that I try on a frequent basis and they work for me. So I thought maybe if I share them with you, they're going to work out for you as well. Do let me know if you have any further questions or concerns. I hope that this was super useful for you. Thank you for being patient throughout. I'll see you again. Have a very good day. Thank you, everyone.